Hi guys!
Hi. Hello.
So, as you know, last week, the movie 50 Shades of Grey came out to theaters, and we went and we saw it.
On Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day. And I'm going to start by saying the guy who was behind me, he's lucky I did not get up and punch him in the face.
He was awful.
Oh my god! It was like he kept talking through the parts where they were talking, but the minute there was a sex scene, sex scene.
It's like Sean Connery accent.
He shut right up, and it's like, really, dude? I've missed half of the conversation.
You could tell all the guys in the audience were super
really uncomfortable.
You would hear them shifting in their seats and coughing and like.
He actually kicked me. He put his foot up between the seat that was next to me and then the seat that was on the other side of that. You know how you got that little gap there? He kept putting his feet up there, and he kept kicking me. I'm like, dude, stop it! I'm gonna reach around and hit you if you don't stop!
I'm lucky I was far enough away that he didn't bother me too much.
Oh, God.
I heard him, but I could tune him out enough.
It finally got to the point towards the end, I'm like, shh! And he's
At
like,
least he apologized.
Yeah,
yes,
he
he
did.
did.
So that was cool.
That was cool.
I don't know why he went to see the movie.
He was with a chick, that's why.
Yeah.
If he was my boyfriend, I'd be like, shut up, honey. I know you're uncomfortable, but just deal with it for 2
Yeah.
hours.
Exactly.
I'm sure he was older, too. Kind of looked like Sid Hag.
So he must have been really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, okay, so that's enough of the rant. Although it was funny because the show after ours, when we walked out, there was a line
Yes!
out. So the line starts inside the theater. So you got the line started inside the theater, went outside because it was at a mall. So it went outside of the theater and outside the mall.
Really? That was the line? I didn't realize that. I
Very
thought it was just
popular.
for all the
Yes.
different movies.
We saw it in the afternoon, so
Yeah.
by the time we got out, it was like
Evening.
It was
evening
perfect
is, like, the
time.
time when everyone's
Yeah,
gonna
'cause
see
we went
it.
to like the 4 o'clock show.
Yeah, because everyone had already probably had dinner and
That's what usually, especially because it was Valentine's Day.
dinner and a movie.
Okay, so now let's get to the movie.
The actual movie
The
discussion.
actual movie discussion. Sorry, with rants and raves.
I could definitely see the comparisons to Twilight a lot more
Yes.
seeing it visually.
Yes.
Like, some of the lines, I was just like, that's a very Edward thing to say. Like, I'm not the good guy, as I grab my boob. I didn't mean to do that.
Or like when they pulled off into the woods.
Yeah, let's just go strolling
I'm like,
in the woods.
I just read this book and I don't remember this being in the book.
I'm like, stop trying to be Twilight. I mean, I understand it's fan fiction, but you could tone it down a little bit. It was just funny, just like randomly, let's pull off into the woods and take a walk.
And I do want to say something. There are a lot of people out there who are upset about the movie, about the book, about how they say that Anastasia is not a strong character, and I beg to differ. Because it takes a strong person to say, I like this, and then when it gets to the point where you don't like it,
Be like,
walk
no,
away.
Back off.
and that's something that happened at the end. She said no and he stopped.
Yeah, he's like,
He
okay.
backed off.
So to me, that is not a weak character. Yes, BDSM is
I think
still...
they mean weak as in like a weak character, not that she's weak emotionally, but just written poorly. maybe.
Yeah, like not developed enough.
I don't know. I
enjoyed the movie.
I didn't
I
liked
anything
it.
wrong with it. I
Neither did
thought Dakota Johnson was awesome
Amazing.
as
Amazing.
Anastasia. I
Amazing.
think she was the best part because she was funny.
Yes.
She was what Bella should have been in the movie.
Yes.
In
Yeah.
the movie,
I was
Bella
always-
was way too serious.
I
'Cause
was
in
always
the book,
worried.
Bella was
yeah.
a little bit lighter.
Quirky.
She
She was
had her
quirky.
funny moments.
Yeah.
And Kristen Stewart didn't play her like that, which
No.
bummed me out for Twilight. So I really liked seeing that part in 50 Shades. I think
Yeah.
she did a really good job.
I agree.
Jamie Dornan.
I liked her dancing around when she was cooking
That
him
was-
breakfast.
yes,
I thought that was
adorable.
adorable. I'm like, oh. And I think Jamie Dornan did a good job for
Yes.
Christian.
Yes,
Even
he
though
did.
I much prefer him with the beard. And then I kept thinking, oh my god, Sheriff Graham, stop talking like that!
From
What
Once
are you
Upon a
doing?
Time.
Yeah, for those of you not in the know, from Once Upon a Time,
I'm
season
like, I know
1,
you're
he
dead
played
in the show,
sheriff.
but stop it! Don't say the F word. You're on Disney. Stop it.
I honestly I'm sorry, I'm not a big Sons of Anarchy fan, so I can't think of his name.
yeah.
I can't imagine him as Christian Grey.
Well, they would have had to dye his hair.
Hennon?
I totally.
I can't think
Charlie
of his name.
Hunnam.
Thank you.
something like that.
Something
I'm
like
sorry
that.
if that's wrong.
Sorry.
My mom loves Sons
I'm
of
just not a
Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy fan. I do apologize. Don't get me wrong. He's very hot. But I don't think he could have played...
I didn't picture Christian like either one of those guys, though.
Neither did I.
I'm not saying he did a bad job, because I think he did a good job, but that's not how I pictured Christian to look. I do
pictured him
like
being a little
Jamie
bit more
Dornan.
blonde to me.
Well,
Just
because he had,
slightly
like,
more blonde.
Edwardy hair. That, like, bronzy.
Yeah.
The only thing that I was kind of like, when they did the, when he bit her toast in the hotel after her drunken night. I was
He's like,
oh,
you should stay away from me. But I'm
Bite
gonna
the
do
toast.
these things.
I'm gonna be really sexy and sexy in front of you.
Yeah, and, like, get up in your face. And then I'm like,
Okay. Hello.
we need to see it again.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
just
do.
because.
we do.
That was fun.
Yeah.
It is. And it's... I know there are a lot of people out there who say it's...
It's an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not.
She never did anything she didn't want to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not something that they did go over it, but she in the book she never used her safe word.
Yeah.
So that was kind of her fault.
I mean, it got
didn't-
too much for her. It got to be too much for her.
Well,
So she walked away.
I would have liked to have seen where she had him chasing her. That would have been cute.
That would have been cute.
I read it like 3 years ago. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'm like, I remember the basics.
Excuse me.
And I definitely will see the sequels
If
they
they do
actually
them.
make them.
Yep.
I heard they are, but I don't know. I hope they do, because the way the movie ended, you
Well-
want closure. At least put the last 2 books into at least one movie. They
You
don't
could.
necessarily have to break it up into 2.
You could, because if you think about it, it's no longer it's no longer a dominant, submissive relationship
they're
anymore.
in a real relationship.
They're in a real relationship.
Spoiler alert.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean, they never
They
really
never really
officially
were.
were, because she never signed the contract.
contract,
She
yeah.
never went, because she always was like, I don't want to do this. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, my nail polish off.
But let's try this.
Yeah, like, I'll try some of this stuff. The funny part I really liked is when they were discussing the contract.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Oh
And
my
she's
God.
like, what's a butt plug? I thought that was funny. Because she was, and then the, like, secretaries, like, walk in and she's like, I wasn't talking about anything.
No.
Yeah. And then what did she say before she left?
I don't remember.
We need to go see it again.
Yeah, we do.
I can't remember
remember.
what it was. But she kind of left him hanging. Oh, she was like, yeah, I remember what it
What
was.
did she say?
She's like, oh, do you want to bend me over right
yeah,
here?
they were talking about that, and he's like, you're not wearing any underwear or something.
Yeah,
She's like,
something
okay, bye.
Yeah.
And he's all like,
Blue
oh.
balls. Blue balls.
Like, hey, Christian, haha.
You think you can have this, but nope. I'm walking
Nope.
away.
I gotta go.
Her dress was super cute
Yeah.
in that scene.
It zipped all the way down.
Well, it was like those exposed zippers where it's kind of like a statement.
And she had really cute jackets in the movie.
yes.
Like,
The
I
clothes
want
in
your
this movie were
wardrobe.
awesome.
Yeah.
They were so
Although it was
cute.
kind of weird, they had them move to Seattle before they graduated, which was kind of
No,
weird.
they graduated
No,
after.
they graduated.
Or they graduated and then moved.
Yeah.
Because his brother helped them move. And he was in that scene where they were moving.
Right, but they didn't do the graduation.
Yes, they
until-
did.
I just remember thinking it was kind of out of order
No.
because they almost moved like right away.
And they do. In the book, they move right away after.
I don't remember what happened.
No, they don't.
Okay.
She read it the most recent.
Yeah.
I read it years ago now.
Yeah, about a year ago. Ish.
Her. She's speaking for herself.
Yep. I wish that there would have been a little bit more of his family. That scene with his sister.
That was Rita Ora, his sister.
I was wondering who that was.
And I remember, like, oh yeah, she's supposed to be in it. And then we watched it, and I'm like, where was she? And then someone said that. I'm like, that was her. And they're like, she's wearing an Alice wig. She kind of was.
Yeah. I'm like, because she's, like, into French.
She's the quirky, like, sister.
Yeah.
Rita Ora. Why does that name sound familiar?
The singer.
Oh.
It was funny. I didn't recognize her in that weird wig.
I didn't either. I'm like, oh.
She had, like, one line. Because I remember she was supposed to be in it, and then I just didn't even think about it, and I was like, I didn't even see her. She was in the movie for, like, half a second.
Yeah. I think there was a couple of spots that got uncomfortable for me.
I didn't like the part where he just came into her apartment.
Yeah.
It was like, you need to be punished.
Yeah, that was a little
I was
weird.
kind of like, chill out, dude. Go home. This is my space.
Because technically, I don't think he just walked into her apartment because her
No.
Didn't he?
No,
her roommate was home.
opened up the door and she started yelling at him because she was crying.
Yeah.
But
And I
then,
would've
like,
loved to
she
hear
was
that.
doing laundry and she had her headphones on, and then she turns around and he's there, and I'm like, ooh, that's creepy. I would have
Stalkerish.
punched him in the face.
Yep.
But, like, you don't do that.
He ain't getting none after that.
No.
Sorry, babe.
But, like, I didn't sign no contract. You can't punish me for anything.
Yeah.
I'm a free woman.
Yes.
And then when he had to punish her on her graduation night, I'm like, it's her graduation night.
Yeah.
I can roll my eyes at you however many times I want to. See,
Yes.
I could never be in that kind of relationship.
No.
'Cause I'd be like, nope.
You're like, bye.
Like,
Right.
I'm not doing that, dude. It's not cool.
No.
But I still enjoyed the movie.
Yep.
And I thought the books were not well written, but entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't a. It's
Yeah.
erotica, so there's
Not a whole lot of story.
Storyline. Thank
Because,
you.
like, every other page was, like, super graphic sex.
yeah.
And the contract took up, like, a whole chapter.
Yeah. And my mother's like, all those emails! I can't stand it! There's so
I
many
do
emails!
like how they did the
I did like
emails,
that.
Because I was wondering how they were going to do the emails.
I did like that, kind of like how they did it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Videos.
Thank you.
My
Fault in
brain
Our
was
Stars.
Like, I just keep wanting to say 50 Shades of Grey.
That's why I was like, one of you guys are gonna say
like
it.
that other movie. There's
Yes.
nothing like this.
I think that is doing it that way, showing it on the screen was kind of, because then you could see
I
their,
kind of thought they were going to do it
They're
like
back.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
you-
that's what I thought.
you could see what was said and you could see the reaction to it
Yeah.
instead of a shot of the BlackBerry or the
Yeah.
screen and then you get a shot of there. No, you're getting real
that.
time.
Like, man, she had a flip phone.
I was confused at what year this was supposed to be. Why does she have a flip phone?
Then I saw him, he had an iPhone, so I'm like, this is now.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like, but what's with her phone?
I know.
I got super confused at that.
Maybe because she's a college student, those are still out there for
I
people.
know,
They
but
are.
I'm just like, this is a movie. I
She-
figured they would
yeah,
have
you
given
can
her,
get,
like,
iPhones
he
on
gave
the
her-
cheap.
Didn't he originally give her a BlackBerry?
Well,
yeah, I think he gave her something. I
he
don't
gave her a
remember what.
BlackBerry, and then like an iMac.
I'm sure it'll be an iPhone now.
Yep.
But I just thought that was like, when I saw her with the phone, I'm like,
I
really?
was like, really? I was like, oh, they must be going back in time because
Yeah.
the books were written kind of when they were still out. Maybe I don't know.
I don't even remember. It's been so, like, I don't.
What's the copyright on the first one? 2006.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the year before I moved down here? Really?
So flip phones, yeah.
But that was when it was just on the internet as fanfiction.
So yeah, that makes sense that she would have a flip phone.
Yeah.
But then he had an iPhone, so
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, but iPhones came out just shortly after.
yeah, but it looked like
So
a
he could have
new
had a
iPhone. It
prototype.
looked like
Yeah.
But I just thought that was weird. I'm like, is this supposed to be now? Or what? What is...
That confused me too because when she had the flip phone, I purposely was looking for what kind of phone he had.
Yeah, I was too. And then I saw him playing. I was
I'm
like,
like,
well, he
wait a
has
minute.
He has a
Funny
real
is
phone.
her flip phone looked like the red flip phone that I had.
The only glaring inconsistency that I really had a problem with in the book, though, is he is like all big on safety, so he has Taylor sell her car. She, in order to do that, she would have to sign her title over, correct?
Yes.
So technically, that couldn't have happened.
See, with me, I wouldn't even have known that. I would have been like, alright, he sold her car.
Unless he had power of attorney over her.
Yeah.
It's fake.
That's
Doesn't matter.
the only thing I'm like,
See,
wait a minute.
I didn't even think about that. That didn't even enter my brain. I'd be like, alright, cool, he sold her car.
I want my money, bitch. Sorry!
Okay.
I'm walking out of this relationship. I want my money.
Yeah.
I'll send you a check. No, I want it in cash
Yeah.
right here, right
I
now.
need to go buy myself my
You're
own car.
bazillionaire. Give me
Yeah.
my cash.
I know you got
Give
something
her
that
like
say.
way more than what he actually
Yeah.
got for the car.
Yeah. So, I do look forward to if they
I'm totally
do make
buying
a
it on
second one.
Blu-ray.
Yes.
So
I
can
hope
watch
they do like a
privately.
director's cut with deleted scenes. And I have to say, and I think you two commented on this when we were walking. There were a couple of times you almost saw little Jamie Dornan.
Yeah.
A couple of times.
I was like, oh, they're getting down to the pubic hair.
Yeah.
I'm like, because we've clearly seen all of Dakota Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm like, this movie is for women.
Yeah, that part I
And
didn't
she was
understand.
naked all over the place. I'm like, I have the same parts. I'm not as thin as you, and my boobs are way bigger. But I have basically the same stuff.
It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, we did get his butt. We
Yeah.
did get that.
I don't
It
know.
was more of a dude's movie, if you kind of think about the sex parts.
Yeah.
Because she was always naked.
It's like, what about
Really
us?
Even
We're
though
going to
it's
go
for
see
women.
him.
Right.
We're going to
They
see
got very
Christian.
close.
But I knew he wasn't going to be naked in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
They got,
married.
like, it was, like, some serious scenes in that movie. I was like, whoa. They got away with a lot more than I thought they were going to.
Yeah, I know. But they knew it would be a commercial hit, so that's why
Yeah.
they got what they got.
And it was.
And the funny thing is the next day we went to Target to go get stuff to make lunches.
Oh, God, yeah.
And the guy behind her, because she checked out after
He
I
was
did,
buying ties.
Oh!
and one of them was gray.
I was, like, side-eyeing him. I was like, why are you buying those ties?
He was wearing a pink shirt.
Yeah. And I was like,
Did you just get a
oh,
new job?
there was a dude dressed up. at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
movies.
There was a guy who literally dressed
He was just dressed in a suit
with a gray tie.
with a gray tie. So they could have, it was Valentine's Day, too. So it didn't necessarily mean anything.
But he could have known
But
and
I'm
been
just
like,
saying,
ah.
I'm just suspicious of guys with gray ties now.
There were people. There were actually theaters who were banning people from dressing up
Why?
because they thought people would go too risque.
You can't really dress up. You can either wear a suit and tie like Christian or like regular clothes like Anna. I mean, there's no like dressing up for this.
Were they thinking people were gonna dress up in like
We're like
bondage?
S&M gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's not.
Hey, I'm just
It
saying.
doesn't. The first book.
If
and
you
I'm
want to
not
dress like
finished
the
with the second one.
characters.
I'm not finished with the second one, but the second book even, it's not really bondage.
No.
Hey,
So
I'm just
it's not
saying.
really BDSM.
That's what they-
It's more like DS.
Yeah, it's dominant and submissive, but I'm just saying that's what. And it is bondage. There is some bondage.
Yeah.
Well, with the cuffs and stuff, but not like hardcore bondage.
like tying her like legs and arms and all that.
Just
Like-
you wait.
Yeah,
she hasn't
she
gotten
does.
that far.
Okay.
Hog
It does
tie.
happen at one point.
Okay.
There's still more to discover. in
Yes,
that
you
book.
have a whole
Okay.
book and a half to read.
Yeah.
There's a lot more sex,
Yeah,
less story.
yeah.
Well, there is.
The third one
There
is
is
more
a story that kind of is like what?
Yeah.
The third one is more story than sex because I don't want to give it away as to why. But
Yeah, we can't.
that I don't want to mess up.
Okay.
But and I do like how they brought in Mrs. Robinson.
They did?
They mentioned her. They didn't
I was
actually.
like,
bring
oh,
her.
I was
was
like, I
she?
didn't see her.
Did I not see that? Did
I do
fall
like
asleep?
how they mentioned Mrs. Robinson and
Well,
the
they
whole
had
story
to.
behind that.
Yeah.
And I like how she's like, she's a child abuser.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, how do you not see that, Christian?
Because she is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you might
16
not be
years
as
old.
messed up.
You're
Yeah,
old
it
enough to
happened.
be his mother, and you're teaching him these things.
Yep.
Quiet moment for that.
A moment of silence for Christian's childhood. But yeah, I think we need to stop because we're like
Like,
20
I think-
minutes into it, and I don't know if it's still filming. So,
Well, I think we're good.
Yeah. all right. So,
Overall, it was entertaining.
yes, and that's the whole point of this: is it's meant to be entertainment. Don't take it.
Don't take it too literally.
Yeah.
Don't do anything you don't want to do. But if you want to, go for it.
Yeah. I
Your
mean,
life.
there are people out there who
YOLO.
like this stuff. Thank you. Even though I hate that word.
Eh.
I don't really like it either, but hey, it fits.
All right. Well, until next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.